For those that were on ConfigMgr before, there's the process of moving all their applications from ConfigMgr and putting it into Intune. So that's what AdminStudio has through its migration wizard. It's able to automatically go through that process. You can select which applications that are in ConfigMgr today that you want to migrate to Intune. If you're familiar with Intune and the formats that it supports, it natively supports MSI and MSIX packages, but it doesn't support anything else. So a lot of times you'll have executable installations. Those will first have to be wrapped or converted into what's called the .intune win format before it can be published to Intune. So the migration wizard in AdminStudio will convert all those packages that need it into Intune win. You have the option, if you want to convert MSI and MSIX packages into Intune win as well, you can, up to you. So you can, AdminStudio will perform that. It'll pull all the app model data from ConfigMgr and use it to configure things like the dependencies and supersedents and the installation command line switches for Intune. And then it'll leverage the application catalog, which is a SQL database that AdminStudio utilizes. It's kind of its workspace that you use to perform anything that you need to do to prepare applications. It uses that as the kind of a halfway point, migrating packages out of ConfigMgr, performing these actions, converting to Intune win, and then publishing it to Intune. And then you could use the catalog to manage applications moving forward. So if you're new to AdminStudio, especially, you don't have a catalog set up, this could be used as one method to start populating the catalog. And then over time, as new releases come out, you could look at things like PFM is our package feed module. That's a collection of thousands of applications that Flexera is watching for and updating every day. And you can set up scheduled tasks to check in and download the latest versions of these applications and automatically prepare them. This migration could be a starting off point for that too. So let me go ahead and share my environment. I'll show you a quick demonstration of what this migration wizard looks like. And Venkat, just let me know that's showing up for you, right?
Yes, Mike, you can see.
Yep, great. So you can see I've got a ConfigMgr environment, and under my applications, I have some applications already published and set up in ConfigMgr. And I also, if I go over to my Intune area, I can see I've got a few applications, but they were all added a while ago. So it's been a bit. So I want to migrate some of these applications to Intune. So if I go over to my AdminStudio instance, I have AdminStudio here set up. I have AdminStudio connected to both Configuration Manager and to Intune. So there's a process where you'd set up a distribution system connection to both of those systems. For Intune being a cloud-based solution, there is a one-time process. You set up a API access, so AdminStudio can talk to Intune. We have all this in our documentation, but you set up a connection to ConfigMgr, another one to Intune. And then what I can do is up here, I can select Migration Wizard. I select the Configuration Manager and Intune environments that I have. I could have other ConfigMgr environments. Maybe I have production and test. So you select which instance you want. It's going to find those applications that I have in ConfigMgr. I'm going to just select 3 just to show the time so we can show it quickly. More applications you convert, the more time it'll take. The bigger the applications, of course, the more to download, prepare, and send up. So I'll just choose 7-zip, which is an MSI here, and I'll choose Dell Command Update and FileZilla. Those are both executable applications in ConfigMgr. And then you can see at the bottom here, convert selected MSI to Intune Win. So that's the option. If some organizations we talk to like to just wrap everything or convert everything into Intune Win. That way it's consistent across the board. They have the same configuration information. You can do that. Or for MSI packages, you can choose to just publish directly. It's up to you. So I'm going to choose these 3 applications, hit next. Choose where the kind of the temporary holding location in ConfigMgr or where I'm going to put this. I created this folder called Migration Wizard just to make it easier to see where it is. So I'm going to choose that. You can also have it create subgroups. So when it imports applications, you can have a directory structure like the vendor name and then application and so on and so forth if you want. I'll just keep it simple and unselect that one. So I'll choose Migration Wizard here, gives me a summary. I'm going to pull from ConfigMgr for each of those 3 applications. They're going to get downloaded. They're going to get added to this migration wizard folder here in the catalog. For Dell and FileZilla, they're both executable, so they're both going to be wrapped or converted into Intune Win. And then for each of them, they'll each get published into Intune. And we'll see in a couple of minutes, we'll see them show up here. So I'll kick this process off. So you can see that the 3 applications I selected are done. You can see they got pulled from into ConfigMgr. So there's my 7-zip. It's an MSI. The other 2 were both executable, so they both had to be converted into Intune Win, and they were. And if I go back to my Intune environment and refresh the page, these 3 that I just added, there's 7-zip, there's Dell Command Update, and FileZilla. So just in the matter of time, we were talking 2-3 minutes, we migrated 3 applications. So you can kind of take that idea and scale it up to 20, 50, 100, hundreds, maybe 1,000 or more applications.